Yeah, you were saying, Paul, go on.
Yeah, the future's dark, I'm afraid.
Yes.
I'm speaking from the 7th of this month, obviously. So
Oh, that's right.
yeah, again, I have to double check every time I look and think the 6th. No, it's not the 6th today. And then it's like, oh no, no, that's tomorrow, and I'm tomorrow for them,
Yeah,
and yeah,
you
so
time tripper, you.
yeah. My son accused me of preparing to trip because I've got 3 bags of magic mushrooms in the kitchen. And he was like, oh, he says, what's this? It's like, no, no, it's for a friend, I'm afraid. I've got to pulverize them and put them into tablets for microdosing. He's like, oh, no.
Yeah, it's for a friend. That's what they all say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So welcome everybody. As always, it's a pleasure to be here with you. And yeah, you talked about the dark, Paul. It's funny,
Mm.
Leela and I have been talking about often the light gets all of the press, the bliss, and the dark is avoided.
Hmm.
And it doesn't go away, funny enough. Carl Jung called it the shadow. And he infamously used the example of trying to hold a beach ball underwater. You can only do it for so long. It wants to be seen. It's gonna keep coming up until you acknowledge and be with it.
Mhm.
Hmm. I know that it may sound bleak, but actually it turns out to be good news because Carl Jung said, if you try to bypass the darkness, you bypass the gold, right? So we could go into that because here the if you're not acknowledging the unpleasant, the negative, the darkness, the abyss, the fear, it turns out that's all energy that you're using 50%. Like if it's not white light, then like, oh, it's negative. But no, it turns out it's a balance. It's the yin and the yang symbol is equally light and dark. It's not one or the other. Hmm.
So yeah, so I don't understand. So is that the same as it's all like what Don says, like it's all okay, like it's all accepted? It's all not that it's necessarily all okay, but that it's all accepted already. Is that the same thing or is this something different?
Well, okay. So I like to be practical. So, what's something that you don't want to look at?
Um, Death.
Okay, beautiful.
Yeah. Don't like it, never liked it. Even when I remember when I first found out about it as a little kid, I'm going, you're kidding me.
Exactly.
We got all
Right?
this and then we gotta die? What's with that?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Steph, Steph, because I had the same you're like the only other person I've heard say this. I was actually offended by death.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I was like looking around going, how can everybody be okay with death? Like, oh, let's go to Disneyland. Yeah, but we're gonna die. I couldn't forget that.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
And I went through this thing in college where I had like this little mini breakdown where I would look at 17 magazine and I'd go, that model is gonna die. All those people in that magazine are gonna die. It's like it was weird.
I think that's why sometimes I feel like I'm sort of crazy or I don't belong, or I feel like an alien because I actually don't mind looking at all the dark stuff. I actually appreciate it, especially about myself. That's one of the things that my therapists are typically surprised about because no matter what kind of, I don't know, difficult questions they ask, I'm always open to answer and will reveal about myself. But I feel like society, at least where I live, it just seems like everybody is trying to push it all down and put on their masks, and it's a little bit, I don't know, disorienting.
Hmm. Absolutely. Well, you're in the right room, Paul. That's my intention behind this space is to provide for those that just I don't know, you just don't feel like you quite fit in anywhere.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Hey, Paul, do you think the silence in between notes are death?
I mean, I suppose they could be perceived that way. I mean, I guess they're their own little deaths.
Hmm.
I mean, just like they say, what le petit mort, the orgasm is
Yeah,
the little death,
yeah.
I suppose,
Yeah.
that level of presence. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like we're so weighted towards speaking and thinking and imagining. Like we're so lost in imagination and thinking that's us. That this stillness can become scary because we're just not used to it. Like it's frightening to me. So like we should talk about that.
Hmm. I had a friend visit at the weekend who's um, he's kind of wrapped up with Kundalini, and I've seen him for a few years trying to help him. He has these almost grand mal seizures and the speaking in tongues and this type of thing. And trying to say to him because he wants help. This is his point. Try to say to him, can you not see the difference where imagination is and where your thought is? And he says he'll say, well, yes, I can. He says, I can see the identity of such and such. I can see that identity, but I can't grasp the identity from where I'm seeing it. And I'm going, no, of course, because that's the thought. Look, and he's like, no, I can't get my mind around that. No, that hurts my mind. Just slow down. That's hurting my mind. And I keep pushing towards this. Okay, so let's just stop there. And there's kind of no way, and yet he has these wonderful, elaborate ways of being able to describe his own personality as a separate identity and a separate self. But he just wants to be this other self that's seeing the separate self, and it it's so I don't even know how to explain it. His struggle is so intense. I think for him, the silence or the end of thinking is death. And I think as soon as there's the sense of though there's something there that isn't for the mind, it's so alarming that he's immediately back into, oh no, 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 not that, this, not that, this. I'm looking for this.
Now my mind's more confused than ever. I was believing that Don had it right, that everything is allowed. And now we're talking about specific, attributes that are going on, the stories that are going on. And and to me, that seems like judgment, from the self-centered part of me, the one that thinks it's real. And that's also loud because it's happening. And when we're talking about looking at the bad stuff or looking at the good stuff, well, it's this stuff. It's just what's happening. It's not me, or it is me. And that's also happening, it seems like. Am I missing something here? That everything is either allowed or we got to dig deeper.
No, I think simplicity is divinity. I think you're right there.
I keep thinking I'm already speaking in tongues, right? That's part of the problem. All the crazy stuff that goes on. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
Casey,
Oh gosh.
let's see your mug.
Oh, I'm off. Hi. Hey.
There you are.
Just driving safely, you know. Make
Where
sure
you
not-
where you located, Casey?
I'm located in Utah, Manny.
Wow, Utah.
Can I
Sandy,
see-
Utah.
Can I see you by looking out the window?
Yeah.
I could see
That might be
I-15.
too dangerous. No, don't
That's
ask
too
him.
dangerous.
Yeah. No, Manny meant could he see you go by? So,
Oh,
up at our house.
I wonder how far away you are, Manny.
Where are you exactly?
We can,
Sandy.
Oh, you're a ways. You're up north.
yeah,
Okay.
navigate to Sandy, Utah. You are exactly 3 hours and 36 minutes away.
Oh gosh.
Mhm. So there's a subtlety that as a seeker, you're just blind to, like you just can't see it. But I'm going to share my favorite Nisargadatta quote. Sri Nisargadatta Maharaj said a lot. And for many years, it made no sense. I am that. And then all of a sudden, it can all make sense for no reason. Like you're like, oh, it's like a wordless, like knowing.
Mhm.
He said, you do not become free. You see that you were never bound.
Hmm.
Beautiful.
Based on that, there's no death, no darkness.
Yeah,
Yeah.
never bound. Yeah, never darkness to explore. Or we could, and that's part of it.
Well, yeah, it doesn't negate anything.
Yeah.
You know, that's the thing about awakening. And it's again something else Leela and I often talk about is there can be an expectation that all my problems will go away. I'll become this super outgoing person. Everyone will like me. I'll be, oh, no, no.
Peter Brown was talking about that a lot. As far as
Yeah.
yeah.
He was Manny. He was hilarious because he goes, okay, I can be a jerk. I admit it. I can be selfish. I admit it. So what? We all are. So that's the dark is owning all the bullshit. Like what we dislike in others, we actually dislike in ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the other quote I really like is Tony Parsons, where he's saying, it's not that there's no one to get this, it's that there's no one. Or I forget how he says it. It's like it's not that there's not somebody who can get it. It's now I can't remember how to say it. But it's not that you can't get it, it's that there is no one. There's
Yes.
no
Yeah. Yeah. So an analogy is you've all heard the story, the analogy of the caterpillar turning into a butterfly, right? Caterpillar turns into a butterfly.
I've heard
So
it happens.
Which one? Yeah. Go ahead, Michael.
well, it's used in spirituality as a story, just like a pointer in that. So you could say the death of the ego, like the caterpillar is when you're innocently just in the world. And it said there has to be the death of the one who imagined that they were a caterpillar completely. And what's often missed is that it's not a small change. It's not like a shift. And that's that's why it doesn't work as a me. Because it's a complete dissolution of every single thing you ever imagined you knew. It all dissolves. So really, the butterfly doesn't come from the caterpillar. No, in fact, the caterpillar completely dissolves into goo, all of it. And then from the empty goo, reborn completely differently, nothing in common with the caterpillar at all. And it does itself. But there can be like a scary period between when you kind of see this. So the caterpillar, let's say, is dissolving, the identification is there, but then the butterfly hasn't quite, it's not there. It's still, so there can be this scary feeling of inactivity, of loss of interest, not knowing what to do. Old things that used to make you happy no longer make you happy. And if you don't like hear about this or come to a meeting like this and hear that that's okay, that that's perfectly part of the process of losing all those attachments, and yet you still function in the world beautifully, even better.
So is that the same as like Peter Brown? I think it is talks about there's a dryness. It's like where everything's kind of dry and
Yes,
brittle and
lifeless.
so it's the in-betweeny bit. Yeah.
Yeah, but if no one, you can think you're depressed, you can think you're bored, you can think you have apathy. Nobody tells us that, no, no, just wait, just chill. That's the period where all that stuff you've been shoving down and not looking at, now it's time for it to be heard.
Hmm.
But once again, that's not real in the first place. The stuff that you're saying wants to come up and be heard, I understand that, but that's not there already. There's nothing we stuff down.
Well, my sharings, Don, are kind of like a buffet. You just take what you like and leave what you
Leave the
don't.
rest.
So if
Leave
it doesn't resonate,
Right.
yeah, it's good. It's fine. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So that doesn't resonate.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Well, because there is no right way, right?
Yeah.
We're all unique. So to
Yeah.
expect anyone else's quote awakening to look like yours,
That's a good point.
And even that's changing all the time. So
And even all that's not real though, too.
yeah.
But it's real and not real.
Mhm.
What
Yeah,
is
I mean
it?
that's
Rupert always says it's not that it's not real. What is that, Manny? It's not that it's not real, it's just that it's not what it appears to be.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. It seems to be real. It's apparently real, but
yeah.
you can't touch it. You can't get there. It's a mirage. The closer you get, uh, it just It's just not really there when I try to look for it.
Yeah, it seems to be there. Just like a dream at night can
Yes.
seem very real. We forget when you're in the dream as it's going on, it does seem real. So the fact that this seems real is beautiful. You know, it's amazing.
So that's what's being experienced right now. The apparent elation of this beautiful dream or the nightmare, depending on which way its system, wants to function at that time.
Yeah, the point to get about that is you're not doing it.
Yeah, it's a happening. Projection kind of thing. I always call it a projection. Yeah.
So based on that, like no choice, just a projection of when you're saying it's just happening. I'm just
Yeah.
trying to figure that one out.
Well, yeah. So this is the beauty of this. Like this is the freedom is seeing that there's no choice can include choices.
Hmm. And that's another hard one to get. Once we say, "Oh, I get it. I don't have a choice,"
I
then
don't
there
get
I
it
go.
either.
Then there I am going to the fridge.
It's like conclusions. I remember I was cycling down this track one day and I suddenly burst it out laughing because in my mind there was this idea of, oh, I've just realized, I've just concluded you can't conclude anything. And I was just howling at myself cycling down the track. It's like, oh, yeah.
When you think you got it, you don't.
It was just, yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
It's things that dryness, that period where it seems to be emotion kind of disappears or dries up. There's things that aren't fun anymore that could be fun. He's just almost like flatlining. That was a long period for me, and the distinction it's things like sitting and watching something on the TV, and then there's just a sudden wave of joy that is from nowhere for no purpose. And it's like, now that, I guess that's what I was searching for, not the dryness, it's that, And then yesterday I was walking into the town with my grandson and he's playing away and he's his own little mind and he's fighting imaginary things as we're walking down the road. And I can't get away from the fact that my legs are walking down the road, that there's legs walking and they're full of joy. It's like, look at me. Every muscle's kind of going, this is amazing. And it's like, look at me. And I'm like, it's like, what's going on? The dryness has gone all of a sudden. It's like, that's amazing. And then it's inescapable. Like for 30 minutes, I can't escape these legs walking down the road. How do you point to that?
Beingness. It's just, you're there.
It's just,
And it's full on
yeah.
right then. Hmm.
Well, I'm curious. I mean, let me ask. I'm sort of curious. So my father passed away in March, and earlier today I was in the den. I'm now currently in the house that I grew up with, and I was in the den where the room was where we would all have dinner, and I just started bawling. And of course, my father came up, and I'm like, "Where's my father? My father's gone. My father's gone." Just like that concrete goneness. It's like, where the fuck is he? And of course, I know there's no quote unquote real answer to that, but um, I let myself feel what I feel. Um, now I guess Don, maybe this question might be towards you. What would you do with that? Because I mean, it wouldn't have helped me by saying, well, that's not real. Now I realize that maybe what I'm crying about is a projection in terms of like what I'm missing about him or whatever that may be. And I don't necessarily even need to understand what that is. But I know if I talked myself out of it, that I don't think that would necessarily be helpful to myself. But like I guess I'm curious, what would you do with an experience like that?
I think it was beautiful what you did. I think it's exactly what you did, and it was I mean, I'm moved by it, by what you said. Well, whether it's real, not real, alive, dead, all that stuff that we're talking about. What you shared there was like moved me over here. Something it was something so real that you spoke behind the experience. Something so real there, and I don't know. I mean, that's like what I'm seeking. I'm a big seeker. I'm seeking for that realness, and that realness is so beautifully the way you said it. It doesn't have to be, oh my God, I just saw God and I'm full of light, and you know, it can be that, yes, and it can
Yeah.
be that what you spoke, and it can be probably anything that comes out of a human mouth.
Yeah. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I would second what Don said, Paul. This is really all about being authentic.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
And I'm sorry about your dad, truly.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So, Michael, when you were saying at the beginning about the darkness or whatever it was, I didn't mean to say whatever it was. I didn't mean anyway. But is what you're talking about, is that thing of is it the thing of everything is accepted, no matter what arrives? If it is, in other words, that Paul and his father, or the happy legs of the other Paul, or in other words, it's all it's not, but it's not about acceptance, it's more like it's, at
Not
first I
really.
was saying, well, it's all okay, but that's not it either. It's what it was, something that Manny said, that Don said, which is something like it's all, I don't know.
Okay. So
Sorry.
I'll go for it,
Yeah,
Stephanie.
please
And
do, please do.
uh, so it's all the stuff we hate about ourselves.
Hmm.
That's the shadow side. I'm petty. I'm jealous. I get angry. I get triggered. I'm judgmental. The stuff we the stuff we don't like others doing, we begin to notice, why does that get a reaction out of me? Why does that trigger me? So instead of blaming, which is what Carl Jung said that most people do, is they put it off on others. So it's called projection. I project my insecurities, my deficiency, my dark stuff on you. You're the one with the problem, so I don't have to look at it.
Yeah.
And he says that's like trying to hold a beach ball under the water. It's exhausting. And eventually it wants to come up and be seen. And so you realize, oh my God, there's so much energy that I've been spending not wanting to look at all this that's freed up now.
And it's freed up because it's all okay. Well, I don't know, whatever word I'm searching for. Okay, accepted, part of
Allowed,
everything. Huh?
allowed.
Allowed, maybe, yeah.
Sort of the opposite. If you're not holding that beach ball underwater, what are you? what's happening. It's an allowance, it's an openness, it's a letting go. It could be silence or emptiness.
It's almost like you're free of it. It's like I'm suppressing it, repressing it, pushing it down. Don't even know I'm doing it. So we're talking about inner past things, probably. So,
Yes. Yeah, exactly, Manny. A lot of it childhood.
yeah,
You were yelled at, you were humiliated, you were a little kid, so you couldn't do anything about it to an adult, so you stuffed it.
Mm,
yeah.
yeah.
Or even, I don't know. I love this. It's not even that you stuffed it. It's stuffed.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Yeah.
The
So
fear of being,
therefore, you don't have to really feel that bad about it later on,
the
unless
fear of being
unless you do.
hurt. Yeah.
Well, and that,
Go ahead,
it's funny. Manny and I like to read together in the morning, husband and wife. And Dawn, little did you know, you were in our living room today because I'm going, the reason I like that Dawn says everything is okay is because of all the very things that we're talking about tonight, is like the dark sides of us, where we're petty, where we get resentful, where we're hateful, or whatever it is. There tends to be so much judgment on that, like I'm a horrible person. And to say everything is accepted abolishes that it's just part of what's arising. It's just the obnoxious person, the whatever is arising along with the Mother Teresa bit. It's like whatever
Well,
whatever aspects.
Steph, I have to throw in a disclaimer.
Uh-oh.
Oh, here it comes.
Yeah. Just when you think you had it, man.
Yeah, dang it. I thought, dang it.
Because it's a little more nuanced than it's not just a belief. It's not just like an acceptance, oh, all is accepted. It's not like that. Because it can and it will be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
For Paul to sit in his feelings about losing his father, where's dad? That's not to be washed away. That's to be with.
Mm-hmm.
And Paul, what I can say from when I lost my mum, there also came a real beauty in that sadness. And it came sometimes with the tears. It was so absolutely raw with infantile abject horror at being abandoned. And then it was felt at the same time as the contrast between what that experience is and then any other experience was so incredible. The ability to feel in a way that surpasses imagination, and it's that alone was just breathtaking.
Yeah, thank you. That reminds me of Ken Wilber did a video and he named it, if I'm not mistaken, "Hurts More, I Care Less" or something like that. Like everything that comes through him, he feels more on a more deeper visceral level, but he cares less in the sense of it's moving through him. It's not personal per se, So that reminds me a little bit of that. That I don't have a problem with it coming through me. I mean, and again, I allow it to just come through me, but sometimes it'll just come in waves unexpectedly. Just it might be again a reminder of something, or again I'll feel him in a room that he used to be in a lot or whatever, and it'll just come up,
Yeah,
just come right through me.
yeah. And it's miraculous that we have the capacity to feel these things out of nowhere so suddenly, and then be with them
Yeah,
to share in this way is just incredible. Thank you.
yeah, thank you.
I think the basketball analogy, or the in water, that I think part of that is that all of a sudden there is no pushing down anymore. It's like it's not that anyone's ever doing it or that there's anyone not even there to see it, but it's suddenly there's no pushing down anymore. And then that there's an equilibrium in that's again beyond the mind. It's you can't talk about what that is, but that's felt by no one. But yes, it's felt.
I was thinking, like this pushing down analogy that we're using, I love it. It's like, in Tai Chi, you push down that beach ball fully, completely, with total awareness. And then it stimulates the earth energy, which comes up and gives you your enlightenment. So there is a like this beautiful balance between the pushing down and the rising up.
Wow.
So in this way, once again, everything is included.
Yeah, I love that, Don. It's beautiful. It's because to me, I hear that as dancing, like the Sufis. You know, how the Sufis will whirl around.
Yeah.
So in a way, I hear you, in a way, dancing with the emotions, and there's just so much acceptance rather than, pushing away or denial or saying, get out of here or trying to change, but dancing, you know.
And when you push down the chi or this thing, if you do with anger, though, it doesn't work. There's a certain frame of mind when you're pushing it down so that it comes up in a balanced way.
Well, let's try it. Let's see. So anger, what's it like when you're so the first thing about anger to notice, right? It's not a little annoyed. It's a big annoyed, right? It's where you see red when you're pissed, when you're mad. It's got a certain vitality and energy to it. And I think what Jung was saying that can be expressed.
It definitely wants to be. And I think that's it, isn't it? It's like, why would we repress that anger knowingly? I think if we knew enough to not do that, we would be overjoyed in the experience of it because it's so raw. It's so
Yeah, it's beautiful. Well, think of your great actors, Paul. All your
yeah.
great actors have full access to all their emotions. They're not limiting themselves because they need all the emotions to play the parts.
Mm.
I love this group. You guys are just totally awesome. Truly, totally awesome. I feel like I'm in the heavens with 12 spirits, and we're all like yakking about how it works. So thank you.
Love you too, Dawn.
Yeah, man.
Yay.
Yeah.
Hey, Alexis, what's up, girl?
Hi. Good talk today.
I remember.
Anger. That's a good one. Sorry, that's a good one to talk about. Just like flooding into the body and you feel it as heat and there's some cursing or whatever. And then it's gone. And then you can sort of make a decision to respond to whatever's happening.
Yeah.
I mean, ideally, this is just a story, or you could just like cut off someone's head too, I guess.
Well, you know, for for the for us spiritual types, at least here, it was very difficult to show real anger. Like somehow that was wrong. That was not spiritual. Losing it, losing your shit.
Yeah.
Right, right. Totally.
Yeah, big time. That was in this story. It was profound. Growing up with a really violent, angry father, and then being afraid to be the angry father myself, and then show anger. And I was in the military for 20 odd years, so the discipline of military life, you can't, move from anger, and then you're doing your tai chi and stuff, and there's no anger, and and it's like then you want to be a saint, and there's no anger if you're going to be a saint and teach people spiritual stuff, and then eventually it's like, what a fucking joke, man. I
Yeah.
wasn't doing any of it. It's like so cool.
Yeah.
And then it's just there's not much anger. There's not much anger now, naturally, for me. It's just there's so much more joy in things, because I think for so long it was hard, for so long it was dark. And now it's not.
Yeah. Yeah, when anger is allowed to just be there, when it doesn't have to be suppressed, it can feel sort of just like energy in the body.
It feels good to be allowed to be angry, finally. No more self-shaming
Yeah.
constantly.
Mhm.
Oh, I shouldn't do this or that or this. No, it's all out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another biggie. So we can go into that as well. Is shame. Like, what am I ashamed
Mm,
of? What do I think that I
mm,
have here that's secret that you don't have there?
mm.
If I can offer a perspective on that one, there's it's blame, shame, and guilt, the unholy trinity. They all come together. There's no way of separating them. And a friend of mine who was a therapist, she once said, um, she said, "Oh, that all goes back to the finger in the bum moment." And she said, "Yeah, you're so small, and your mom and pop come in, you're in the bath, and yeah, no, 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 don't do that. That's disgusting." And she says, and boom, there you go. That's blame, shame, and guilt all at the same time.
Yeah.
The innocent
Yeah.
exploration of a child turned into something horrible, and then yeah, but there's a it's the you've got to work that out. It seems, and then you work it out. It seems, and then it's seen, and it's okay, and it's glorious.
You go back to doing that. Nothing wrong with that at all.
No comment.
Hey, Eddie.
Hello.
Oh, you have to have some comment, Eddie. Come on.
She did. Did you not hear it?
Yeah, that's correct.
When I first heard Rupert talking about allowing that energy, that negativity come up and allowing it to be with you for the rest of your life, right here, right now. And that's when it'll dissipate. It'll, but you're not wanting to get rid of it or suppress it or because it's hardwired in us at that point because it was brought on early on, whatever it is, any shame, any guilt, any blame. We blame ourselves because we think we could have done better. We could have done something other than what we did. And yet, when I allow it to all come up, it's like you're pushing the ball down and you're holding it, and I can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
It's just too painful to use all my life energy suppressing and resisting what wants to be part of my life. Because if there's one thing, it's everything. It's all a part of everything. So why am I pushing down something that wants to be? It's almost like a child saying, "Can I be a part also? Can I be with you also?" No, I'm abandoning you. Yeah, that thing, and then we live with it, So there's no freedom in that, is what I'm saying. When it's allowed to go, it's just now you could just be. You're okay with whatever comes up, even the anger and the stuff, even the tears when they come up and stuff.
I found great frustration in that. This idea at the time, this idea that you have the control to let things be as they are. And then I would find, the thought process going, that's it, just let it be, or wanting to cry, or, all these things it was trying to do. And then there was the frustration at the seeing of the trying to, it was just like this never ending circle of where do I let go? How do I let go? How do I, I found it so difficult for years. Yeah, and this is why it's when it's for me it was when there was never anyone pushing the ball down. It wasn't happening, and there's no rejection to anger, or there's no reject. It's just like there was no one pushing it. I don't get it.
I heard it described as letting go of letting go. So, being in a state of having let go, but not through the effort or the intent. I like that. I forget exactly where I picked that up.
How do you do that? That's beautiful. How do you be in that state of letting go so that you don't have to let go? That was brilliant.
Oh, let it go. Just let it go.
You're already doing it, Don. You're already doing it.
Just let it go,
man. Notice the resistance.
What he's saying is without intent. In other words, Dominic's saying letting go without intent. That's the kicker. I mean, all of the time, it's incredibly difficult to be a seeker. And people are telling you, it's just like what Paul was saying. It's like, you gotta do the thing. And I don't know, there's just all these things that were just like impossible to do. And letting go is one of them. Because you can't just, okay, I'm going to let go now. That isn't going to happen.
It just becomes so obvious, the mechanisms going inside of the brain.
Yeah.
It goes on long enough, you can't keep going there, and just naturally just the state dissipates.
Yeah.
I would like to tell a story, guys, on camping.
Oh, go for it, Addie.
So a couple days ago, this is about the fact that you can't, the social norms and the things you're told about shit is made up. So I was going into the lake, right? And my family didn't want to go all the way to the lake because it was fishing. So I was like, I guess I'll just go in this nasty ass water over here. I went inside and there was like literally like 2 or 3 feet of like that sludge at the bottom of the lake. It's so disgusting. That you just like cannot stand touching it. I was like, wait, what if I just like went on my knees on this and like slid around? It's like the funnest thing I've ever experienced because I'm like, it's like the most incredible texture I've never felt in my life. I'm just like, wow. And then this lady said I looked like a mermaid. And I started pretending I was a mermaid for like 30 minutes. And it was just great. It was a good time. And like this sludge wasn't gross anymore. It was just like this incredible textured thing that I was really loving. So, I love just like not giving a fuck about the label gross because like I just want to build my immune system. So I'm like, it's all made up. I don't get sick. I'm chilling. So
Sounds like my grandson when he gets in with the chickens and he's barefoot and he's like, oh, Grandpa, I've got chicken poo on the toes. It's like, it's fine. Is it? Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's all shit anyway. Is it Rupert Spira that said that it's like the clenched fist that you never knew was clenched suddenly lets go.
Yeah, love that.
And that was when I had that experience, that was so like, oh, of course that's what Rupert's talking about. It's like, yeah.
I felt like I was very aware of the clenching. Like it was the awareness of the clenching that made me like let it go, I think. Like it just became more and more in my face. Like so in my face and so intense. Like I just couldn't take it seriously anymore almost.
Mm.
Yeah, it's more and more seen like a movie. And I don't mean to use that as an analogy. I mean literally that you're already the awareness observing this movie, let's say, like a dream. Already you're not the dream. You could say, um, you're the witness of imagination, you're not imagination. So you're not thinking thoughts. There's an imagination that says, I'm thinking a thought. So more and more you can begin to rest as the awareness, which has no qualities, no parts, no labels. It's not a thing, but it's always here, but we don't notice it when we're lost in thought, in story, in mind. So it's about resting and noticing more and more this awareness. And then there's an okayness inherently with the movie because it's not taken personally.
Yeah.
And Michael, would you say that's the dreamer of the dream, or is it the witness of all of it, or is it sort of outside the dreamer and the dream?
Well, I would say that the witness is just ever present. It's always here and it's not saying anything. But it's everywhere. There's only the witness. So whatever's seen in like in the dream is witness, but it can feel like it's happening to a me. And then it's seen that's dream too. That there's
Yes.
so then the witness you begin to realize like the eye can't see itself. You're not, you're aware of what you're not. You're aware of thoughts, images, this, but the awareness itself has no qualities.
Right.
So I was nodding off earlier, just because obviously I have a couple of hours sleep and then set an alarm and get up for the meeting. And there was a loud noise somewhere. This is the sense of it is, oh, there's a loud noise somewhere. But then that's absolute instant and obvious recognition that there's no noise anywhere. That this body that went like that was arising with the noise at the same time, and it's all the same me, but without the being the me thing. But it's just that, oh, of course. There's no delay, there's no time, there's no response, there's no over there with a noise. It's all just there it is. Yeah, and that's how I fell asleep last night, to that sense of just the body and the mind and the noise, and it's all dreaming. It's all dreaming.
You know,
The
it's
dream
funny.
body.
We're already used to it, like what Paul was just saying, that whole everything arising and seeming to be a thing. And we're already used to that from dreaming, because dreaming is so oftentimes disjointed. It's like you never know what's going to happen. I mean, all kinds of things are arising, and then we don't think a thing of it. And yet that's what's actually happening all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And Yeah, so it shouldn't be a big surprise. So,
Well, the silence is the only place that we can meet, because the life that you imagine that's yours in your head, nobody else sees that. Your world is unique to you. My world is unique to me. So we can't meet in each other's world. Where we meet is the silence.
Beautiful, Michael. I love it. Love it.
yeah.
Any
That's
last comments or questions before we
yeah,
close out this evening?
that's the same as the awareness too, the silence, because it's not responding, it's not judging, it's just
Exactly.
aware.
Beautiful,
Yeah,
Manny. Yeah,
consciousness too.
that's beautiful. Manny, that's a good one to end on. The awareness is not judging. The ego is what's judging. So we
Yeah,
can notice that. You're actually not judging.
yeah, yeah.
Awareness is just aware.
Hmm. Hmm.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much, each and every one of
Thank
you.
you.
Have a great night,
Lovely.
everyone.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bye.